Hello, my friends. Today, I want to do a 2023 year recap. A lot has happened for me and to me this year, both professionally and personally. And I think it would be so fun to talk about what happened this year and do a little recap. Before we begin, I want to say real quick, my trip to Italy is live. I have my third art retreat. It's going to be in October of this next year in 2024. And we're going to be staying in Rome and Florence, taking a day trip to Tuscany, drinking wine. I'm going to be giving 2 art workshops. It's going to be amazing. The past 2 art retreats have been absolutely amazing. If you're interested in learning more, the link is going to be down in the description. There are early bird spots still available that have a discount, but I would love to see you there. I'm so excited for it to happen. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I also want to say thank you so much to the sponsor of this video, which is Ana Luisa. I love Ana Luisa jewelry. I have been wearing their jewelry nonstop in the shower when I sleep, and it is absolutely fantastic quality. I've lately been into pearls both on like my nails and my jewelry, and I got so many beautiful pieces with pearl accents this time around. I've absolutely been fiending for some pearl drop earrings, and I think they match the necklace and the rings so beautifully, as well as the pearl huggies. I always like to have huggies in my seconds and thirds. In my thirds, I actually have these Ana Luisa little stars. I love all of these so much. I wear them literally all the time in the shower, when I sleep, and they're tarnish resistant, such good quality. These are such beautifully designed pieces. I have a link for you in the description where you can snag up to 35% off any jewelry gifts you want to get for yourself or for your loved ones for this holiday season. I'm very excited to work with them and to have these new pieces in my collection. Let's start off with very beginning of the year. We had just moved into our current house, and I did my very first art retreat in 2022 in September. So coming into the new year, I was so excited to get my studio space going. I'm definitely very affected by my studio space and where I work. I like it to be pretty clean, and I've learned that part of my OCD, which is coming a little bit later in the video, is that I will clean my space until I think it's like ready for me to sit down and work. So having a really clean, tidy, organized, cozy space is important to me. I'm sure you also know with your own life, decorating a whole room is expensive if you want to do it on a budget. So I have worked on my studio makeover slowly but surely this whole entire year, and I still have a couple of things to work on, but in general I think it's so sweet and I love my room. If you want to see it a little bit more, I have a studio makeover also on my channel. But that was the very first thing I worked on this year, was getting my actual office space ready for work. I also painted my pink fireplace, and something to note is that this is the first year that I've ever considered my Romanian heritage as something that can impact and inspire my aesthetic now. I've always been interested in Romanian folklore and Romanian traditional art, but this year specifically, I decided to lean into my roots a bit, and I painted a really cute floral piece on my mantle, inspired by Romanian folklore with Romanian flowers and my favorite flowers. And one of the really cool things is that Romania's national flower is peonies, and we have so many peonies, like 20 peony bushes in this new place. It's amazing. The previous owners were wonderful gardeners, and they took really nice care of the gardens. Peonies pop up every year, and in the spring when the ground thawed and we were able to see this house in the spring for the first time, we were just both so amazed at how many beautiful flowers this house has. It's something that really inspired me, and we have tried to keep our garden and our yard looking pretty nice. It was something that we focused on, and I'm hoping for in 2024 I might start a garden and maybe get chickens. We'll see about the chickens, but I wanted to get chickens for so long, and this house is the perfect place to do it. In April, I got married. That is so exciting. Zach and I eloped in Colorado. It was very much like out of the blue, but neither of us have ever wanted a marriage ceremony. It wasn't something that was important to Zach either, and we were so happy to do it in Colorado to celebrate it with some family. It was really sweet. We both look at it like a 10 out of 10 day. So if you're thinking about eloping, you should do it. We literally have no regrets that we eloped and didn't have a wedding. It was the most special, magical day, and it was for us and our close family. It's a great memory to look back on. The next thing that happened is I got diagnosed with OCD in like July. I started going to therapy in June, and very quickly my therapist diagnosed me with OCD, like a moderate form of it, and I have just recently started medication. If you're also seeing a therapist or you've seen a psychiatrist, you know how long the process is to get any kind of medication, to make sure you have insurance that can even cover your visits, that your insurance will cover your medication, all of that stuff. So that has been a headache, but I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to be on OCD medication. It's the very first time that I've ever been on any kind of mental health medication that's not like birth control or just taking Zyrtec every day because I have cat allergies. But so far it's had a positive impact on my life. It's not 100% where I want it to be, but I've seen such a huge change in my productivity and my mental health since starting OCD medication. I'm so happy because I absolutely love my work. I love creating art and I love sharing it, but with my OCD and my perfectionism, it was getting very difficult to post consistently, and it was feeling daunting to sit down and paint. And being able to both work on through talk therapy and through medication has been so great. I definitely recommend it if you also have this opportunity. I'm hoping to continue this and see where it goes. The last thing that I did before I talk about just like my art style progression is I did my second art retreat to Japan, which was a beautiful experience. I am so grateful that so many people came to Japan with me. We went to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and Nara, and it was such an insane experience. I have definitely developed a love for Japan since being there. I miss it. I want to go back. It's such a beautiful culture that I've been able to learn about and experience. Travel is always so enriching and so exciting. Also crazy to go halfway across the world and to see how a society lives in such a different way than I do, but it also all works. It kind of gets meta in my head that Japan is halfway across the globe and people do things the same but very differently. Like, people still need walls and lights and showers, but things are made of different materials and cultures and customs are different. It's amazing. It's such a fun thing to experience, but I definitely feel so inspired by my trip to Japan in a way that I've never experienced before because I'm from Europe and I've been to European countries and Central American countries, Canada. I've never been to an Asian country. Japan's culture is so different than any culture that I've experienced before, but it was so incredible and so eye-opening to see how people live differently than me. It's amazing. There's two things that have changed a lot about my art this year. The first is I have learned so much more about my own art style, and I've also become a lot more comfortable with narrowing down the media I work with. Now I work in digital and pencil almost exclusively. I don't really touch watercolors or gouache or any other paints on the regular, and that's because I realized for myself that I am so much better at digital and pencil when I just focus on those solely. Like, I don't have to worry about different media and warm up and clean up and all this stuff. I'm just trying to hone my skills in these two directions, and I am very fulfilled with my artwork. I'm sad, like I have FOMO that I'm not painting with gouache or watercolors or not improving in those ways, but I also think it's unrealistic to expect that I can do it all and be good at it all and improve the way that I've improved in digital and pencil if I was also painting in oils and watercolors and gouache. I just don't think that's realistic. I'm going to be proud of taking that executive decision, narrowing down my media and really improving in digital and pencil, especially pencil. I'm so proud of how far I've come. I have a really cute pet portrait coming later this week. I don't want to show it yet because it's a gift, but it is so freaking cute and it's a pencil drawing. I think you'll love it too. That video is going to be coming later this week, I think. I'm so excited about the direction that my art has taken in that sense. And then the second way that my art has changed and my outlook has changed is I have gotten so much more patient with my artwork, which is so exciting for me. It's something I've always struggled with, is putting in enough work and time and dedication into every single piece. And it's possible that my medication has helped me with this, but it's something that I've also been really actively working on this entire year from the very beginning of it. And I've seen so much improvement with my art. I think it's all about finding the right media to have on in the background and just putting myself in a mindset of it's okay to sit down and work on something over several sittings. Like I don't have to finish something all in one turn, and it's so much more important to sit there and plan and think about the aesthetic and the feelings that I want to impart to my viewer with my work versus just snapping my fingers and coming up with something that's technically proficient but maybe not quite so interesting. I am so proud of how much more patient I've gotten. I'm definitely still not a patient person by any stretch of the imagination, and I have so much farther to go in this journey. But even this small progress is crazy for me. I've been loving my sketchbook spreads. I think my digital paintings are also becoming a little bit more detailed, more intentional, and I just think they're so much more beautiful because I spend more time doing them. Lastly, it's just my pet portraits, which is so funny to talk about. I have been loving doing pet portraits. I've been loving drawing fur, which is not something that I've ever cared about before. It is absolutely so special to draw people's pets and see how happy they get when you give them a drawing of their pet. It's something I've been doing quite a lot this year. Unpaid is doing commissions of like wedding portraits, engagement portraits, or pet portraits for my friends for anniversaries or engagement or a birthday. And it is absolutely so special to be able to gift something like that to somebody. It's the most fulfilled I felt with my artwork because generally my artwork has been for me. Choosing to do pet portraits and pet commissions and couple portraits, but unpaid has been great for me because there hasn't been any pressure on delivering a perfect good to a customer so that they will be satisfied. And so my OCD hasn't played a big part in those drawings because seeing the reaction of the person that I'm giving the drawing to is always priceless. It makes me so happy. It makes me feel like my art is important and it brings joy to people's lives. Because I work from home and talk to people online and have online friends, I don't get to experience a lot of interpersonal connection when it comes to sharing my work. I don't see people's reactions to my artwork. Honestly, I'm pretty shy about my art. I don't talk about my work in general with my friends. I don't talk about my artwork or what's going on in my work or professional life. And so I think it's so special for me to be able to connect with my friends and loved ones by giving them an art gift. It's a complicated emotion for me, but it's definitely one that has been positive in my life, and I'm so excited to continue exploring that emotion and, that purpose in my life. Overall, I mean, just like anybody else, I'm not going to tell you about all the negative things that have happened in 2023. That would just be a bummer, and everybody has negative things that happen, but I hope to look back on this, maybe in a couple of years and be like, oh, that was cool. 2023 seemed like a pretty nice formative year for Sarah. I also turned 25 this year, which is exciting. I was very excited to turn 25. But yeah, there's a couple of updates. If you've been supporting me this year, I appreciate it. I'm so glad that I can have a relationship with you through my artwork and just through art in general. It's something that is an amazing way to connect. I'm grateful that you have taken the time to support me, to be invested in my life or in my work in general. So thank you so much for being here, for listening to me. I'm so excited to see what's in store for 2024 videos and artwork. Thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this video. Check out the link in the description for some savings. And if you enjoy this video, feel free to like it and subscribe for more content. I've been trying to post a video or two every week for the past couple of weeks, so there's a lot of content to ingest if you haven't been back in a while. Until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.